Right, let's start today's session. In the last lecture, we were discuss about complete Python installation procedure and also editor setup we have discussed, right? Like how many possible ways to write Python code and execute we will discuss, like interactive mode, script mode, Python IDLE, and using PyCharm editor as well as VS Code editor. So as I said, we continue with PyCharm editor, complete core and advanced Python topics, right? So today I'm going to discuss most important Python fundamentals. Yes, Python fundamentals. So one of the most important fundamental concept is indentation in Python. And next fundamental concept, comments, comments. And next one is keywords or reserved words, reserved words. And next, identifiers, identifiers. Next, variables, variables. And finally, multiple assignment. So these are all total 6 fundamental concepts you must and should aware before going to start logical programming in Python. So without having this fundamental concepts, you can't continue with programmatic uh, tasks. And first we'll start with indentation. These are very simple. In general, in other languages like Java, C, C++, C Sharp, .NET, programmers to consider a block of code, they can use open curly brackets, close curly brackets. For example, consider this program int I equal to 10. This declaration generally not suitable for Python. It is only for other language point of view I'm writing. And if I equal to 10, open bracket, close bracket, and here they can write print statement or printf true only. Else, open bracket, close bracket, printf, they can say false like this. So this program is suitable for only other languages like C language, C++, Java, C Sharp, .NET, other languages, but not in Python. Because in other languages, programmers are going to be consider curly brackets open and closed to consider the block of code like if block. And again here open curly brackets, close curly brackets, this is called else block. But in Python, to consider a block of code, then we use indentation, that is 4 space indentation. Yes, 4 spaces are there. 4 spaces indentation. Okay, 4 white spaces. So that's the reason. Generally, if you want to write Python code in the initial stage, better to use proper editor like PyCharm or Visual Studio Code editor like that, because auto indentation levels will be there. See, as I mentioned yesterday session, we can write Python code using script mode also, like Notepad through also. But what will be the problem exist if I write code in Notepad through? I'll tell you now. And same thing, what are the advantage when I write same code in PyCharm editor? I'll discuss. So this is other programming language point of view, just for understanding point of view, like how if block, else block, block of code consider in other languages like open curly brackets, close curly brackets. But in Python, we don't use curly brackets. Instead of curly brackets, we use indentation of Python, that is 4 space indentation. First, let's look into Notepad code editor. So that means if I write code in Notepad, what kind of problems we can face, you will see that. Just open Notepad. It's a plain text editor. And I'm trying to write Python standard code here, I equal to 10. So you know you need not to specify any data type for the variable I, because it is dynamically typed programming language. If I equal to 10, comparison is matching or not, we are checking double equal to. Then colon means colon is ending with last. So this is the Python syntax, if syntax. Later we'll come across syntax of if, syntax of else, how it work. Okay. But the moment when I press enter, cursor is blinking in the same line. Then usually programmers, they can follow directly, they can write true print statement. Else block, again cursor is blinking in the same line. Then usually they'll follow print false like this only. New programmers who don't know about indentations and rules and regulations, when they start write code in Notepad editor, they can follow like this. But this logically correct, but structurally or syntactically wrong. Because I value 10, I'm just comparing I equal 10. If it is matching, control jump into print true, else false. So this will be code, but let me save the code here first. I'm just saving the code in my desktop. So you know how to save the file. Yesterday we have shown test.py in desktop. After that, you can try to open this test.py file either in command prompt or in ideally software. We have test.py file is there. To run this test file, we are using generally command prompt. So let's see, I'm using command prompt. And my desktop is present in OneDrive location. That's what I'm moving towards first OneDrive. And I'm trying to move desktop again, cd space desktop. Now, if you want to run Python file, you should pass the command called what? Python space test.py. But look at sir, we are expecting the result is true only because based on this logic, I value 10, 10 is equal to 10. Matching is correct. Matching means I'm expecting true only. But here the result is what actually indentation error. Error is coming. So indentation error, expected an indented block after if statement on line number 2 it is. This is the problem. What is the problem here actually means simple. Here every line is going to be considered as a new line only, sir. Each line is considered as separate. No lines of code under comes into if block. No lines of code under comes into else block because there is no curly brackets to enclose the if block or else block. So that's what in Python to consider a block of code, 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces are required. Indentation spaces these are. If I give space, this print under comes into if block. And here also 1, 2, 3, 4 space. If I give the spaces and this print under comes into else block. Now Control S or save changes, no problem. And after that, you can rerun the application test.py. We got the result true. Okay. So this we have to manage in Notepad editor. In Notepad editor, if you start write Python code, you have to take care your own way where indentation is required, where it is not required. You have to be clarity. So this is the problem generally we face in the initial stage of writing Python code using Notepad editor. So indentation levels must be required. At least one space is required, not all 4 spaces. I said indentation will be 4 space, but only one space also required. At least one space or more spaces. Any number of space. One space also enough. The moment when I give one space at least, then it will come to the block of code like print statement under comes into if block and else this print statement under comes into else block. So if I give 100, 100 equal to 10 not correct, it will go to else block. Then simply we are getting in the output like false statement. Perfect. So this is indentation level, but auto indentation is not there in Notepad editor. That's what we recommend properly PyCharm editor or Visual Studio Code editor like this. If we start code with PyCharm editor, then auto indentations levels are there, sir. Let me show you the code in PyCharm editor now. Same code I'll write PyCharm editor. What advantage you can see. Yeah. Already yesterday we have launched PyCharm editor. So let's open PyCharm editor. Even I have created project also. That project I'd like to open. But the moment when I open PyCharm editor for the first time now, in recent times, look at this. I have worked yesterday night, 9 p.m. batch data analysis programming. I worked that details are going to be used. This is recent project actually. Yesterday, we just completed data analysis programming. Okay, so let me run this, how it will be analyzed. You will also have this kind of sessions in future at the advanced Python programming. We will analyze the data with the visualization and diagrammatic representation like this. There are so many visualization techniques we have to apply. Already I mentioned in my demo lectures like key libraries, pandas, matplotlib, Cbond, okay, and what we can say, NumPy, all the packages through we can analyze the data with clear bar chart and pie charts and that. This is not your project anyway. Meanwhile, I got this recent project only. But this project is not yours. If you want to go to your project, simply file menu of PyCharm, open, and where you have saved yesterday, that location you have to go. I saved yesterday my project all present in PyCharm projects. Our project name is what, sir? Python project 9. This is our project folder. Last lecture, what we created, this is Python project 9. Select this folder and immediately it will ask you to few options. This window means in place of 9 p.m., it will be open your project. New window means extremely it will create another window. Attach means here only below Python project 9 p.m. below 9 a.m. 9 only. One more project folder will add. Both we can manage. So I'll go for this window. So it will replace it. So yesterday, these two programs we have written in PyCharm editor. Very simple. But today, let me add one new file to this PyCharm project. Right click on project folder. Go to new Python file. My file series name is test2.py. And now you can see same program. Just now what I have completed in Notepad. Same logic if I write I value 10. If I equal to 10 means you can see if I press enter, automatically cursor is blinking after leaving 4 spaces. But this feature is not there in Notepad. You have to manually move. So this is the advantage when we use proper editor like PyCharm editor. Else block, I'm trying to say false, clear. This will be clear indentation levels. So if you are new to Python programming, you will not get any confusion while working with the block of code, like if block, else block like this. This is auto indentation level. Why specifically I mention 4 spaces, look at this. Sir. Why specifically I mention 4 space means on the bottom corner of PyCharm editor, there you can see 4 space indentation there. This is settings. Automatically, whenever in PyCharm editor indentation need to be required, then 4 space indentation will be takes place. But not only 4, if you want to give only 1 space, you can give 1 space also will work here. Yes, 1 space. If you don't give 1 space also, then again you will get error. At least in Notepad, there was no error indication earlier. You have to wait for execution. But here, now only it is saying error indication by seeing underlined red squiggly, something wrong. So if we run this again, here also indentation errors are coming. This is not correct because no statements under comes into if block or else block. So that's what we have to give some space, like 4 indentation spaces are required. This is one of the most important fundamental concept you must know. Otherwise, you will get confused while handling with loop concept and if conditions, else condition like that. Only block of code consideration only we can use indentation. If there is no block, normally you can write in all lines into same level load. Like if block, else block, for loop block, while loop block, like that. Function block, class block. Okay, any block of code, you can consider indentation 4 spaces only. And next, another fundamental concept is comments. Comments are very common in any language, sir. Even C language, C++, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, Java, Python, anywhere comments are common. But why do we use comments? I'll tell you just simple situations. One reason where I can use comments means, for example, I have written this lines of code. Okay. And along with this logic, I'm writing one more or 2 more lines of logic. I'm writing welcome statement as well as hello statement. If I run this test2.py program, all lines are executing or not? Yes, we got the output here. True statement just because of this logic program. Welcome hello is also coming just because of print statement. But I took the decision, this I don't want to run. Means if you don't want to run means either you can remove it. If you remove it will not run. But again, when you need, you have to rewrite or not. Yes, that's what better to remove instead of remove. Better to keep these two lines in comment section. When we view the comment section for these two lines, your Python interpreter simply will ignore those lines from the execution. It will exclude from the execution. It will not include. But how to give comments in Python means simple. Always comment starts with what sign? Hash. So let me give the hash sign, which you don't want to include in the execution part. I'm just giving manually hash sign. So now it will not include in the execution. Again, if you want to include in the execution, remove the hash sign and it will include in the execution like this. Yeah, hash. But one line, two line, I can manage manually. But for example, this total 5 lines I want to comment. So that's what to give the comment section in PyCharm editor, there will be a shortcut control plus forward slash. Now, select how many lines do you want to put into comments and hit control plus forward slash from your keyboard. So for example, you can see I'm selecting these lines and control forward slash. Now it's commented. Only welcome hello printed. Again, you want to uncomment. Same uncomment purpose, select all again and control forward slash. Uncomment, comment. Both are same. Yes, uncomment means it will include in the execution. This is one reason why we use comments. That I said reason number one is what? When programmer don't want to execute some lines of statements, then they can include that lines into comments. Whenever it needs, then we can uncomment. This is one reason. And another reason is, for example, you are the developer, you are working in application code. While writing application logic, you are not leaving any description like comments. You have not mentioned any comment. All of a sudden, you left from the job. In place of your role, somebody come. Then that person, when look at your code, they don't understand what purpose you have written the code. So if you leave the comment section, then that person can easily understand by reading your comment section. So that is also one of the important reason we can work with comment. That means while writing program, you can give the hash symbol and write your description, what purpose you are writing your program, what is the reason. You can leave the comments, not only for other person, at least whenever you look back your code after a long time, like 2 days, few days after, you should understand well by reading comment section at the time, what purpose I have written the code like that. So this is the reason why we use comment section in Python. And next fundamental concept is reserved or words or keywords. These also common. Any language is having keywords or reserved words. Yes. If we take Java language, it provide lot of keywords. If we take Python language, it provide lot of keywords. Then keywords are reserved words. See, sir, some words will be reserved for particular task in any language. Some reserved words will be there. That word should be only used for specific task, what purpose they design. You can't change its purpose. Only same purpose. For example, if is a keyword in Python. If is a keyword which can be used for conditional check. So you have to use as a programmer the if keyword for condition check only. But if you say, sir, I want to use if keyword as my variable means it will not allow. For example, you can see here I'm using, let me comment this program. And here, let me uncomment. So do you want to select whole program? Control A, control forward slash. Total program is like this. Now, for example, here, if equal to 100, print if. This is wrong, sir, actually. Because this keyword or reserved word is for conditional check, but you are using as your own variable name. It's not allowed. Syntax error it is. You can see this. If is reserved for some particular task, for which task it is reserved, same task purpose you have to use. But you are using as a variable only, not possible. Here I double F if I use, then it is possible. Because I double F is not a keyword. It's your variable name. Any name you can take. Other than the keyword names, you can take any name. But how do we know, sir, the keywords are present in Python? Means simple. Import keyword library, print keyword.kw list. Just two lines of code enough to get complete keyword list. Import keyword, it's a library name. As I said in my last lectures, Python supports huge standard libraries. As soon as when we install Python software, you will get plenty of built-in libraries. One of the library I am using right now because I should bring complete keywords in the programming. So that's what I'm importing keyword library. I'm printing keyword library dot kw list means list of keywords I'm printing. Once the moment I enter, you can see all the keywords are printing in the list format in the output. Look at this. As I mentioned, Python is a case sensitive programming language, right? That's what first three keywords you can observe. False F capital, none N capital, true T capital. Rest of all the keywords are lowercase characters only. Yes, all lowercase. Only false, none, true are the capital letters. Okay. And remember, here already I have used one of the keywords, sir. What is that? Import. You can check import is also one of the keyword or not. Yes, sir. Yes, we can see. This keyword I am using because of I need to import library. For importing library, import keyword you have to use. So if condition here, if is a keyword, it is for conditional check. You can't use any keyword name as your variable. Suppose def is a keyword. To define the function purpose, we can use. You can't use any other purpose. If you want to delete any object in Python, del keyword is there. So every keyword is having special purpose. The same purpose you have to use. So keywords will convey a proper message to the interpreter to do some task. For example, in this program test2.py, I am using the keyword called import. So Python interpreter can understand easily programmer is trying to import some library like that. So this is the keywords or reserved words. We will discuss every keyword. We will be included in our sessions. Depends on situation, sir. Yes, at that time I will tell you. So and so keyword I am using for so and so purpose also I'll explain. So to bring keyword list, these two lines of code is enough. And these two lines of code can work anywhere, not only in PyCharm. Even if we go to IDLE software, you can see this is our basic editor. For the first time when we install Python software, you will get this editor only. In this editor also, you can type same thing, import keyword. And here keyword.kw list. Here IntelliSense will not be there. You have to write your own way. We got same output, right? Yes. This is keywords or reserved words in Python. And next, identifiers. How I can identify you? By your name. How you can identify me? By my name. So that's what in Python language, identifier is nothing but it's a name. What name? It can be variable name, it can be a function name, it can be a class name, it can be an attribute name or any name. That name is nothing but identifier. We can identify something by its name. That is called identifier. But while working with identifiers or names in Python, you have to follow some rules and regulations compulsory. Yes. So that's what I'm trying to use. I'm trying to give the rules to define identifier. Total 8 rules are there. You must follow, sir. Rules to define identifiers. Rule number 1. Identifier can be a lowercase or uppercase. Means what? You can declare any variable name or function name or class name either in lowercase or uppercase. But make sure that identifiers are what, sir? Case sensitive. If you mention the name in lowercase, you have to access with lowercase only. If you mention the name in uppercase, you have to access uppercase only. You can't change it. For example, you can see here, My variable name is emp id equal to 1234. Print emp id. I have declared my variable name in lowercase, right? How I am accessing? Lowercase only. It works well. The result is 1234. In case if I try to access this variable name as capital letter, is it possible, sir? Not possible, because you declare you have given the name in one style, but you are trying to access in another style. It's not name error. The name capital letter EMP ID is not defined. You defined, but small letter EMP ID. At least you have to define capital letter EMP ID. So you are defining the name capital letter, you are accessing the name's capital letter. It's okay, well and good. So this is case sensitive. And I strongly recommend don't go for capital letters names unnecessarily. You may get doubt. Why, sir? It's working. No? Yes, it's working. See, sir, the reason is what I'm telling you. If you give any variable name or class name or function name in total capital letters, that makes sense. That is constant. In Python, anytime if you give the variable name as capital letter, that is nothing but constant only. Constant means like other programming languages, they'll use const a equal to 100 means it's a fixed value, constant value. This value can never be changed. In other languages, it is there. But in Python, there is no constants concept. Okay, but how I convey to someone my value or variable is constant means simply you can declare employee ID capital letter 1234, so that who know very well about Python rules and regulation, they can understand that by looking this variable declaration capital letter, this value better not to change. But still, if they want to change, they can change, sir. Why? Because Python don't have constants. Just conveying matter. See, I am a programmer, you are a programmer. I am declaring my variable name. Like for example, here age is there. I am declaring age equal to 50. Okay. I am declaring this age wantedly capital letter. So who know very well about Python rules and regulation, they can understand the age is constant. He projecting the age is 50 constant. That better not to change. They can understand that. But if they want to change, they can. Why? Because Python do not support constants. Okay, just for conveying the matter. But unnecessarily, that's what I'm saying, that don't give capital letters. Do you want really project your variable and value or constant to someone? Then you can go for capital letters only. Otherwise, go for small letter, better. So this is the rule, constant rule actually. So don't give the variable name or any name unnecessarily capital letter. Okay, fine. Rule number 3 says identifier allows the digits. That means while declaring the names, we can use digits also. But at the same time, rule number 4 says identifier should not start with the digits. You can use digits, sir, but it should not start with the digits. That means suppose here EMP1 ID 7. I have included one ID, EMP1 ID 7, like 1 digit, 7 digit I included, it's valid. But I mean to say identifier or any variable name should not start with a digit like 9 starting. Starting with 9. It's not allowed. Syntax error again. So these are rules are very particular, sir. Without having basic rules, you can't proceed Python logics. So that's what I'm clearly telling each and every rule. The fifth rule is identifier allows the underscore symbol. This is only the special symbol which can allows. Remaining special symbols like hash, asterisk, percentage, dollar sign, no. Only the special symbol underscore. That too, why it is allowing underscore, identifier should not be two or more parts. More than two parts we cannot. Means you can't give the space between each and every names. For example, my variable name is like this, sir. EMP space ID two words I have included, right? There are two words are there. EMP one word, ID another word. The space is there between two words. It's not allowed. If your variable name or function name or class name contains multiple parts, then better to combine them by using what? Underscore sign. Together combine. So it's worked well. For this reason only, it will allow underscore sign. Yes. But next rule number 7 says if an identifier means any name starts with an underscore, starts with an underscore, then it is private. I can say that it is called private. If an identifier starts with an underscore, then it is private. Simple. See, other programming languages like Java, .NET, C++ people, they can declare private variables like private int age, public int age like this. Private public means what generally? Private means simply you are the programmer, you are declaring the age variable as private in your one class. On that class only we can access the age, not outside the class. Because private that is. Private property means your own. Public means anybody can come and use. Right? So public means what? Once I declare the variable as public, you can access and some other classes also can access. Publicly available, open to all. So in other languages, programmers, they can clearly mention private access specifiers and public access specifiers like this. But in Python, we don't have this kind of specifiers. But symbolically, we can decide the variable is private or public. That's what I'm saying. You can see if an identifier starts with an underscore, then it is what? Private. By default in Python, all the variables and methods are public only, sir. Default behavior is public only. For example, here x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my private variable. Or else I can say simply age equal to 45. Print age. Here I'm declaring age. This is public variable. This can be accessible by anyone. But I don't want to allow to anyone to access means I can start with double underscore age. This will become private variable. Then if I declare this variable as private, I can only access where, in which context I declare. Yeah. Right now, I can't explain the context here because normal programming. Later, whenever it comes to object-oriented programming, functional-oriented, there I can explain you what is the main importance of public and private. So simply in object-oriented programming, what we will do, multiple classes we will work. Class 1, class 2, class 3. If I declare public variable without underscore class 1, that variable can also access class 2, class 3, class 4 anywhere. If I declare in one class underscore age equal to 45, that is private variable. In which class you declare, there only you can access, not outside the class. That is a restriction. Okay. So just keep it in your mind. This is private and public. Later we'll come across when the situation is required. And the rule number 8 already explained, no keyword or reserved word. No keyword or reserved word can be used as identifier. Yes. Already explained if keyword, df keyword. These are the keywords actually to define the function, but you are using this keyword, how we are using as a variable. Now you can see it's not valid. This is a keyword. This can be used to define a function actually in Python, but you are using this keyword as your variable name, not possible. So this is a total 8 rules you must and should follow while giving the names in Python. What names? Any name, variable name, function name, class name. These rules are applicable for all names in Python. Next, variables. So can you say the variable is also called as identifier? Absolutely. Yes. Just now I said variable is nothing but, just now I said identifier is nothing but variable name, function name, class name. So variable is also called as what? Identifier we can call it as. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Variable is also called as identifier. But in Python, variable is having a definition. Variable is a named memory location. Named memory location. In Python, every value has its name. Every value has its name. That is called variable name. But in Python, while declare the variable, while declare the variable, we need not to specify any data type, because already explained, Python is a dynamically typed programming language, because Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. Okay. It's dynamically typed programming language. During the program execution time, data type will decide. Okay. Data type will decide by Python itself. You need not to focus what data type need to give that. So let's see. For example, here A is a variable name. Value 10. Print A. The 10 value is going to store where? A. For A, Python should assign some memory. Why? Because the A should store the value 10 in its memory. That's what I'm saying. Variable is a named memory location. In which name of the memory 10 is going to store means A name. So A will get memory internally. In that memory, then 10 will be stored. So that's what variable is, a named memory location. In Python, every value has its name. Suppose 10 is the value, it's having the name called A. In this name only 10 is going to store. And while declaring that Python, we need not to specify any data type. For example, here before A, I should not go for int like this, because this is valid in other language point of view, but it is invalid in Python point of view, because Python decide during the runtime only the data type clearly. Do you want to know the data type of the variable? Simply type of A, you will come to know that what type it is decided. Integer type. Okay, simple. So Python decides the integer data type for this variable A, and 10.9 means Python decides float type of data type for A variable. And if I give single character means Python decide the string data type for the A variable. But you may get doubt. In other languages, single character is char type. CHAR, char data type. But in Python, there is no char data type. Even single character also considered as string. Even multiple characters also considered as string, like this, group of characters. So it depends on the value, data type automatically decide for the variable A. This is what dynamically typed language. Dynamic means runtime. Running time only, Python will decide what data type is required for this variable. So this is variable is a named memory location. And for your kind of information, like every value, suppose A value 10 I'm taking, this will have the memory address, sir. Do you want to get memory address? There is a ID function is there. Later I'll discuss ID function. Don't worry. ID is a built-in function. It is used to get memory address of the variable A like this. In which memory address A is holding 10 value means this memory address number, base number it is. Okay. And for suppose here B value 20 I'm taking. And what about what we can say print B I'm taking, like print ID of B also take like this ID of B. So A value 10, we have print A value, and B value 20, we have also print B value. But at the same time, I'm getting memory address of A as well as memory address of B. But both are having different memory addresses, not same. You can see different memory address numbers. In case if I take 10 value for B also, and both are having same memory address, you can see. Means Python decides because of the two variables are having same value like 10, it can be represented in the same memory only. With that memory, it will provide the values. You can collect from that memory by going to print A or print B, any name through you can point, you can get the value. So later I'll discuss the ID function speciality is what? Identity, this is. Now last fundamental concept, multiple assignment. Very simple, sir, it is. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables. And also it is the process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables like this. Let me explain. Multiple assignment is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables, means one value at a time we can assign three or more variables. And multiple assignment is the also process of assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Yes, let me give the clarity about this with examples. See, sir, here I'm deciding A10, B10, C10. See, sir, all the variables values same. But why I should go for three lines? Yes or no? So that's the reason I can go like this. P equal to C equal to 10. One line I can finish simple. Anyway, for all three variables, value is same, right? So I can print it line by line or same line also we can bring it, no problem. So we got the value here clearly 10, 10, 10. So at a time, we are assigning one value to multiple variables. Yes. So this concept is assigning single value to multiple variables. Fine. Wait. Observe, sir, how the output is available here line by line or not? Can't I bring in the same line? Is that possible to bring in the same line? Yes. How it is, instead of multiple print functions, A, B, C, you can mention. As simple as that, right? Yes. But notice this. Even though if you are printing ABC one line, the default separator of the value in the output is space. Each value after some space is generated. That is default separator. Separate the value with space. But I want to give my own separator, not space. 10 comma, 10 comma, like that, comma separator. Or 10 hyphen, 10 hyphen, like that. My own separator I have to give. So in that context, you can go with SEP attribute, and what separator do you want to give? You can mention within the double quotation marks, comma separator will be produced there. Comma is there. Because I am using here separator attribute. SEP. It's a standards attribute. And what separator you want, you can decide. Colon if I give, then colon separator will be there. And if I try to give hyphens, means multiple hyphens, like each and every value after multiple hyphens are there. Whatever you want, you can. But notice this, sir, if I give only one print statement and we are printing three variable values, same line. But you can also, in one print, you can bring into next line also by using /n, means new line. /n, new line, escape sequence, that is. Even though if you are printing one line, but still if you want to move to next line, then you can go for /n. If I don't use /n, and all the lines will be same like this. These are the flexibility. All the techniques I'm telling you, you have to use this now. This is one scenario which I explain, assigning a single value to multiple variables. But next scenario, I'm explaining assigning multiple values to multiple variables. More values, more variables. Let's see that also how it is. A, B, C, three variables, 10, 20, 33 values. Equal number of values must be present, sir. Left hand side, how many variables you have? Right hand side, that many values you have to mention, not more or less. Okay. And print A, print B, print C. I'm printing this all values in line by line. So if I want to bring into same line, what can I do? Print A comma B comma C. Okay, I know that. If I print in the same line, A, B, C like this, it's possible, as we have seen already. But my requirement is what, still I want to print A one line, B in other line, C in other line. Like this, if I do 10, 20, 30 values are coming. But still, if I use 3 print function, but still my output should be in the same line only I want to present. In that context, see previously how even though I have used one single line, I am bringing into line by line by using slash n. Same here also I am asking, even though you are printing multiple print statements because of this line by line printed, and still I can make into same line means end attribute with separator space. Here, end attribute with separator space. Okay, end attribute is there. Now we can see ending with space. After a value 10 printed, ending with space. After space, B will be joined in the same line. Again, ending with space. After space, C will be joined in the same line. C after there is not required end attribute because there is no other variable like D. Along with the end attribute, we can also give comma sign like this. So you can separate them 10 comma 20 comma 30 lines. These are the techniques, sir. I'll give justification. You may get doubt still where it is required, sir, end attribute, what is the necessary. Okay. Don't understand this for loop. Actually, I'm giving justification for this. So generally for I in range of 100 values, I'm printing, sir. Print I. Actually, this loop can print 100 values. How it printed 100 values? Line by line, right? If I give 1000 values, again it print 1000 values, right? How it printed? Line by line. If I want to see my output, I have to keep on scroll. That I want to present in the same, not I don't want to scroll, so that I am going to use end attribute. If I give end attribute, then it's the present is clearly, at least you can able to see all the lines, all the values in one window. Now I hope you understand why end attribute is required. Instead of printing each value line by line, bring them into same line, like orderly. So it will be good. You can't scroll much more values. So that is the reason why we use end attribute. Just for justification purpose, I have included this for loop, and don't try to understand at this moment. For loop discussion will be there in our upcoming session. Okay. So this is total discussion of Python full stack development demo sessions over. As I am saying, from the last 3 days onwards, you have a free demos, 4 demos. This is the last demo which we completed. I hope you understand from the day one who are following my lectures, you got clarity in full stack development. I'm going to cover total 6 subjects, 1 language Python, 3 frameworks, Django, REST API, Flask, and UI technologies for designing purpose, SQLite 3 and MySQL for database tools. And if you are required only Python, do you need only Python? You can enroll for Python only. As I mentioned in my demo lectures, core Python, advanced Python, duration is 45 working days to 50 working days. And full stack development duration is 4 months time, including projects. Okay. So this is the last demo session. Tomorrow onwards, do you want to really continue with these lectures? Please feel free to contact DURGASOFT immediately so that you will get a new link for joining from tomorrow. Otherwise, you will not get new link. This link will not work from tomorrow. Before going to join tomorrow's session, please enroll for this course if you are interested. If you understand my lectures, go ahead. Otherwise, you can go through any other options. But I am saying that if you opted for my session, you will not disappoint at the end of the day. That much I can give guarantee. Thanks for attending this session. If you have any question, feel free to ask me.
Yeah.
I'll wait here a few minutes.
Yeah, Mohan sir.
Yes.
Thanks for your session. Actually, unfortunately, I registered for this, but today only I joined it.
Don't worry, sir. I assist you. You have joined with your valid mail ID, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So our team will send the demo link and course content link also. I strongly recommend to watch my first 3 demos, which was conducted last 3 days onwards. So you can follow it, and that will be good for your understanding.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
And anyway, you will receive, once your enrollment process is over, anyway, you will receive all the 4 video lectures. Videos folder is there that I'll upload your Google Drive.
Sure. Thank you.
And material also you will get.
Yeah, actually, I do have one question. So I'm looking for the Python core Java, core and advanced Python.
Advanced Python. Fine.
With AI. So may I know that with AI means what else will be covered? how will it be useful for me?
Yeah, see, sir, AI means not generative AI or agentic AI or something. Then only we will cover AI tools, how to utilize in our Python development.
Okay.
Tools I am going to cover. So how we can make our Python code simplification more relevant. So even generally we will write our own code only, but in case if you have any problem or if you have stuck with your logics, then how to use these tools and how to get our
You mean,
application in flow.
sir, you mean you will guide us to how to give the prompt in proper way, or
Yes, yes.
will you
Yeah,
guide us
yeah.
to how
Same,
to
same.
integrate?
Yeah, integration not and prompting only, especially how to give the prompt and how to get the output and how to use it in your application. We will assist you that.
Okay. Okay. I thought you maybe by using this whatever the course we covered, we are going to integrate with the AI and we can better utilize it. Anyway, this is also very good, very
Yeah,
helpful
yeah.
for us. Thank you. I'm done from my side. Thank you so much.
Thanks for attending this session, 4 demo sessions, and please try to enroll for this course if you are really interested to move forward with my sessions. And contact DurgaSoft immediately. Then they'll assist you how to enroll. After enrollment process, you will get a new link. From tomorrow onwards, you can join into that link only continuously. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.